Learning pathways on the NQF. You will notice from this illustration, which has been adapted from the source indicated, that the NQF consists of 10 levels, each level increasing in complexity of learning. SAQA has published NQF level descriptors which aim to indicate the complexity of learning expected at each level. NQF level 1 is equivalent to school grade 9. Towards the center of this illustration, we see that NQF level 4 is equivalent to grade 12. This, of course, requires that 2 languages are assessed. So you will notice that an FETC or Further Education Training Certificate at NQF level 4 includes a second language. On the far right, we have NQF level 10, which represents a PhD. Also note that the 3 qualification sub-frameworks in relation to the NQF levels are listed below. We have the General and Further Education Qualifications Sub Framework at NQF level 1 to 4. We have the Higher Education Qualification Sub Framework at NQF level 5 to 10. And lastly, we have the Occupational Qualification Sub Framework at NQF level 1 to 8. What I like about this particular representation is that we can see 3 learning pathways which are available to post-school leavers. At the top, we have the vocational pathway for learning, which you will notice may be accessed on completing school grade 9. The NATED or National Accredited Technical Education Diploma programs consist of theory completed at college and practical application completed in workplaces. Some fields of study range from N1 to N6, while others range from N4 to N6. Ultimately, the completion of an internship will lead to a national diploma at NQF level 6. The vocational pathway also offers the NC vocational programs, which integrate theory and practical application within specific fields. In the middle section, we have the academic pathway for learning. On completion of a grade 12 or FETC or NCV at NQF level 4, the learner may apply to complete a higher certificate or diploma or degree towards a field or profession such as law or accountancy or other. And in this pathway, the learning is theory-based with emphasis on knowledge rather than application. And we are assessed on how well we know and understand the learning objectives. More and more, though, universities are finding ways to include work-integrated learning in some form so that students are able to apply and contextualize the learning for work. At the bottom, we have the occupational pathway for learning, where we find occupational qualifications. Employers are encouraged to implement learnerships, which are work-based agreements, offering learners the opportunity to earn a full qualification registered on the NQF whilst gaining valuable work experience. Skills programs could also be offered, which are based on a cluster of unit standards, which can potentially build up to a full qualification. Bearing in mind that a skills program is not a full qualification in itself, but it bears credits towards one. Should the learner choose to pursue a full qualification in future, this must be done before the said qualification expires. This pathway is particularly relevant to us as occupationally directed ETD practitioners, and these programs are quality assured by CETA ETQAs as delegated by the QCTO.